So picture this. I'm a summer youth ministry intern and I'm working with this youth group and we're at a summer camp for the week. And I feel really good about the camp. I feel close to God. I feel intimate. And we get to this point where we're in a group and we're talking about what we're experiencing at the summer camp. And so I voice my lament and my concern with my relationship with God and how when I'm with people and sometimes I'm at summer camps like this or I'm in worship and I really feel these mountaintop experiences with God. I feel close to God. But when I'm at home, it's difficult for me to cultivate that same experience. So I voiced that in the group. And my director and the main youth minister happened to be in the group at the time, and he said some of this stuff to me. He First he kind of negated the importance of having those experiences and said that there's more to the Christian faith than just intimacy with God. Basically, that's what I felt like he was saying to me. And then secondly, he kind of redirected me and redirected the question that I had. I think a very important question that I had. And the question was, how do I go about cultivating the presence of God? You worship leaders, you summer camp organizers, you're really good at facilitating space and creating space for us to feel like we're one with the people around us and we're one with God in that moment. How do I go about facilitating that into my own life? That was my question. And he wasn't answering me at the time. The director of the youth group, the director of the camp was not giving me that answer. And today I want to talk about some things that I've been able to adapt into my life over the years since that moment and even before that moment. I didn't realize what I was doing before then that was helping me to cultivate the presence of God. I want to talk about some of those things so that you, the viewer, and maybe even me, as I go back to watch this again, I have some tools to consider as I'm trying to figure out how I can create space in my life so I can experience the presence of God, not just read about it, not just talk about it, not just have this whole intellectual experience of God, but to experience God with everything that I have on a regular basis. So I want to share some things that I've been implementing over my life over years, especially maybe some things I've been trying new recently. And I hope that you're blessed by this. First of all, I'm learning that self care is so important to my relationship with God. I think the more that I take care of myself, the more I develop the capacity to experience God in my life. So it's as basic as getting enough sleep, working out, drinking water, eating whole foods. There's something about me attending to my temple. There's something about me paying attention to my body because it's in my body that I experience the divine. It's in my body that I experience God. So as I pay attention to the container, I think God can do some beautiful things with filling up that container. And I think I give God more structure to fill up that container. So first of all, I'm prioritizing self-care. Secondly, I'm expanding my view of prayer and meditation. When I first started praying, it was about a to-do list or what I wanted from God. And then my prayer became more a way of me just kind of resting in God and not asking for anything. And I felt bad about asking for things because I feel like if I'm resting in God through prayer right now, what else do I have to ask for? But now I'm in this season where I want to rest in the presence of God and draw strength there. But I'm also going to be okay with letting God know my concerns and voicing to God what I hope to happen in my life and in the lives of others and the people that I love, and learning that's okay. I think that's what God wants. God wants me to articulate to him and co-create with him my desires so that I can bring about his kingdom on earth and bring about his love on earth and the healing that needs to take place in my life and also the healing that needs to take place in the lives of others around me. That happens through prayer, that happens through wrestling and meditation and calling on God to intervene. So self-care, expanding my ideas about prayer and meditation, and being okay with me praying for things that I think are small. And my wife, I really admire her for this. We'll be on the road and we'll drive by maybe somebody walking on the road. Maybe we're on a highway and it's a little dangerous for a person to be walking. My first thought is, what the heck is this person doing? Why is this person walking on the street? My wife's, one of her first thoughts is, oh God, I pray that you bless this person. or an ambulance goes by. I'm trying to think about how do I get off the road or figure out a good way. I'm kind of stressed actually when I see an ambulance behind me because I'm trying to figure out how in the heck do I get out of the way. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about what my wife tends to think about, which is, God, I pray that this person is healed. I don't know if I didn't think that prayer could operate like that or what, but I've been learning to be okay with praying like that. I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect has been for me. But another thing I've been praying for recently is my body. From my head to my toes, every day I've been trying to pray for healing in my body because I'm learning that it's through my body that I experience everything that I experience. So if my body is healthy, if God heals my body, if God blesses my body, there's going to be some blessings that I experience in that day. So my prayer has been over my body, and I'm learning that my prayer over my body is probably one of the most important things I can pray over. And of course, I think some of that prayer is taking place as I implement self care. But as I expand my ideas about prayer and meditation, I think I'm leaving more room in that container for God to work. So self-care, expanding my ideas about prayer and meditation, and lastly, creating pockets of retreat all throughout my life. Right now, I'm recording in a closet. This is my closet. I come in here to create. I come in here to pray. This is one of my retreat places at my house. My car is a good retreat place. Cutting off my radio and recognizing that my car is now a sacred space, or putting on some essential oils in my office so that I have that aroma and I can allow my office to be a sacred space. I'm just trying to have all these places of retreat and sacredness all around me so I don't have to wait to the summer camp to feel the presence of God. I don't have to wait till Sunday to feel the presence of God. I don't have to wait till Wednesday to feel the presence of God, but I can feel the presence of God wherever I'm willing to feel his awareness and be intentional about allowing his awareness to fill the space that I occupy. If I was at that summer camp and I was that director and I had a youth intern ask me, how do I go about cultivating the presence of God? I would not tell him that that is a futile journey. I would not tell him that desiring to experience God, desiring to have high top mountaintop experiences of God, I would not tell him that those things are wrong, because I think that is innate within us, a desire to be intimate with God constantly. And we just have an environment that is not as sacred, and it's just because we haven't called it sacred and we haven't named the sacredness around us. So I would tell my youth ministry intern that God is everywhere. The sacred is everywhere, and it's all about just creating space for us to recognize the sacredness and to name the sacredness. Create spaces of retreat so that we can better name the sacredness when we leave that place of retreat. So I'm just talking to my younger self, because I didn't know how to practice the presence of God. I didn't know how to cultivate the presence of God. I didn't know how to walk with prayer in my heart and my mind. And I'm feeling like I'm having a healthier grasp of it these days. And I just want to share that with you, because I don't know where you are, but I hope that you can experience the presence of God no matter where you are. Thanks for watching.